smoker or the grill. Normally it's the grill because it's
Is
kind
that
of
something you've always done, or is that just a habit
yes.
you developed?
No, that's something I've always done since I've been, you know, since I married my wife. It's just when I go hunting, if I kill a deer, it I come home, I process the deer, I pull everything out. Everything goes in a bag, Ziploc bags, or normally what I do is I quarter them up. A ham goes in a trash bag, double bag. The two shoulders go in a bag, and then the tenderloin and what we call the fish, sweet meat, whatever you want to call it, goes in a bag.
Backstrap? Is that the backstrap?
What, the back strap is the tenderloin, is what I call the tenderloin. The
Oh,
big one
okay.
down there. Yeah. Now the sweet meat is inside of the deer. We call that sweet meat or fish. A lot of people call that the tenderloin, and then they call the other, the big strip. They call that backstrap.
Uh-huh.
It doesn't
That's
matter to
what.
me.
That's how they refer to it around here.
Okay. Well, no, that never makes it to my refrigerator. That gets trimmed at the kitchen table, and it goes normally straight to the grill.
So when Johnny knocks a deer down, here's how it goes. Johnny knocks one down in the dirt. He puts a Marco up to Tiddy and Shiner. Then he loads up the deer, drives around Main Street for a little bit, pissing off snowflakes, and then he goes
That
home and processes it. And in the midst of all that, you got tenderloin straight on the grill, son. That's how that goes.
Yep, that's how that goes. And that started about 5 years ago. I can't remember what was happening, but I had this was back when I had my Jeep, so I had a carrier on the back of my Jeep through the hitch, so the deer was visible. When I'm driving around, it's on a carrier. Well, the road was blocked, so I had to literally drive through Main Street of my town. And me and my buddy both doubled up that afternoon, and we had 2 bucks on my rack. And it was early season. It was still warm. The sidewalks were packed with people, and people went nuts. I mean, we were getting yelled at. Oh my, you murderer! How could you do that? I wasn't expecting it. I didn't do that on purpose at this particular time. And I'm like, somebody yelled murderer, and I just yelled out my window. It was just force of habit. I said tree hugger. I yelled back tree hugger. And so it's kind of been another tradition now that, you know what? If I got a deer on the back of my truck, if you can't handle it, that's your problem, not mine.
Dude, we look forward to that every time. And then we talk about it when we don't talk to you on the phone.
It cracks me up, man. It is funny.
Because when you say, I got one down, boys. Okay, well, you haven't put it back up on your truck yet. And, of course, Shiner's called me. He's like, God, Johnny knocked another fucking one down. But guess what? I'm like, yep, he finna drive through town, isn't he? Yep.
Yep. It's going to happen. I mean, I can't help it. I'm not trying to be an ass about it, but hey,
you're just keeping them on their toes, Johnny. You're just keeping them on their toes.
No, my thing is your ancestors ate meat. You didn't. That's how everybody survived. Back in the day, that's how everybody survived. I mean, you had to eat meat.
Was there a vegan in the 1800s?
I don't think so. I don't think so. Maybe the court squire, maybe. I don't know.
We should get our research department on that. Like, I want somebody to research that for us.
Right?
Like, when did that become a thing? When did people decide they were going to be vegetarian? I want to know when that.
Yeah. Who was the first vegetarian?
Yeah, because there was no Choctaw Indians back in the day that were vegetarians.
No, they like corn with their deer.
That's a good question. Their deer or their buffalo, whatever. Yeah, that's a good
exactly.
Question.
There's nothing wrong with eating meat. There's nothing wrong with eating meat.
No, hell no.
And back to what I was saying, the kind of tradition of me when I shoot a deer, I had texted one of my buddies. This has been about 4 or 5 years ago. I texted my buddy and I said, and actually it's Dallas's brother, Dallas from Tattooed in the Wild. It's his brother Lawrence. I texted him and said, hey, I got a deer down. He said, what are you going to do? I said, I'm going to cook it on the grill. Well, I'm outside skinning this deer out, and like it was right around Halloween. He come around the corner of my house with a mask on, making all kinds of noises. And I said, bitch, I got a knife. Come on. We sat there that night, and I trimmed that tenderloin out, cooked it on the grill, and we sat at my kitchen table, drank a couple Bud Lights, and ate that tenderloin. And he said, Johnny, he said, I'm going to tell you what. He said, this is by far the best meat I have ever had. And it's just been a tradition for me. You pull it out of the deer and you cook it that day.
I kind of like that tradition, man. I'm not gonna lie, man. You got me hungry, dude. I had glazed donuts for dinner tonight, so now I'm like, man, I should have thawed out some meat.
And I'm over here like I feel a little pompous or something because I'm over here like, hey, I like my steaks aged 42 days before I eat them.
They're still
Well,
they're still
you're-
warm
you're-
right out of the deer when Johnny throws them on the grill.
Oh yeah, and that has happened before, absolutely. But y'all are doing better than me. I ain't even had supper yet. I've got that spiral ham out there that I put on the smoker this weekend. I'm gonna tear into when we get off the phone.
Wow, man, and you're an hour ahead of us, so yeah.
Yeah. Well, my wife, she coaches volleyball, so by the time they get home from volleyball, and I run errands to go get them food, for them and Pop, and it's always late before I eat. So I haven't even had supper yet. So, and I told Pop, I said, Pop, we're gonna be a little late getting home tonight because my boys, Tiddy and Shiner, asked me to be on the podcast tonight, so I can't turn that down.
No, it's kind of funny you remember exactly what you're talking about, too, because what everybody else doesn't know is where the doorbell was his wife's name, and I had to go back and put the sound effect in and get him back to where he would say my wife, and he picked it up like it was nothing, and I totally forgot what he was talking about.
I did too. That was seamless, dude.
Yeah, that was awesome. That was awesome. So, yes, if you guys hear sound effects or something like that, it's probably because we mentioned a name we shouldn't have mentioned because we can say fuck shit, damn, all that mess we want to, but names, sometimes you got to keep them out of it,
Yeah, well,
I can't believe he did that.
Hey, man, I remembered. I was sitting here thinking, this is where I was at. This is where I was at.
Man, that was impressive. I was like, man, Tiddy's going to finish all this, and we're not even going to know what the fuck we were talking about.
Yeah, you should be a guest on a podcast somewhere. That's awesome.
A real podcast.
You have to realize I've actually had practice with this, with being involved with Tattooed in the Wild. We do outcut. We do outtakes, and we're hunting. I've only been on film twice, and I have a hard time. I mean, I got to remember. I was like, hey, you can't say this. You got to do this. You got to, There's one time we're getting ready to do a post hunt interview, and I'm chewing gum, and I went, "Oh, start over! I'm chewing gum. That's not professional."
Yeah, no.
So have you been chewing gum this week while it's been snowing its ass off there?
Yes, we had. Let's see, Sunday we had probably 10 to 12 inches of snow between Sunday and Monday morning, and it's been cold. It'll melt during the day, and then after, when it gets dark, everything turns to ice.
Yeah,
so it's been a little rough.
That's Oklahoma winters for you right there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Which all that snow that you got, we were supposed to see, and it did not even rain at my house this past weekend. Like everybody's buying milk and bread and going crazy, like we're going to get nailed, and it didn't even rain all week.
Yeah, it was actually snowing in North Texas. It was all quite a bit south of us.
Quite a bit south of us, yeah. God damn, why don't we just turn this into a meteorology podcast?
We were projected 1 to 6 inches, and we got 10 to 12. That's what we were projected. Yeah.
Well, that's because your meteorologists don't see snow like,
right.
You're more coastal, so god dang. So what else is going on in your neck of the woods? It's almost Christmas. Are you done shopping?
I personally have not even started Christmas shopping. Luckily, my wife she does most of the Christmas shopping for everybody. I'm easy to shop for. All you got to do is go to Walmart and go through a camouflage section. I'm fine. I'm cool with that.
God bless Johnny, man.
Drema does most of our Christmas shopping. As a matter of fact, she does 95% of it. So
what do you do? What do you do to prepare for the holiday?
I was going to say, what is she getting herself for Christmas?
I'm not sure what she's going to get. I'm not sure what she's going to get. Whatever she decides she gets, it's okay with me. You know,
You just put your name on it?
Tell me, yeah. No, I will personally go get her something and my daughter something.
Keystone Light.
She don't drink Keystone Light. No, she does not like beer. Nope. She is the grape slushy and
vodka.
Vodka. Yeah, that
That's
would be her
drink.
Yeah.
Well, I tell you what, if you guys ever pack it up and come to Oklahoma for a visit, there's a Sonic pretty much everywhere here. Yeah.
We have one in our general vicinity, and it's about 15, 20 minutes away.
Oh, I got. If I leave my neighborhood and go either direction, I can.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they're all over the place.
And speaking of Sonic, I still have to go back to Tiddy's story of his chili dog. Was it the chili dog?
Oh no! It was a damn
It was your corn dog.
Corn dogs.
Corn dogs.
Half price or the 50-cent corn dogs.
I laughed so hard at that, I almost peed my pants.
Man, fuck that Sonic.
Like I said, I don't mean to bring up something from a previous thing, but that was hilarious.
Yeah, that was actually on a different podcast too. So we'll just go ahead and fill America in on this one, and those of you throughout the world ain't either. Okay, so at Sonic one time I went to it's 50-cent corn dogs, and I was like, golly, man, I need some corn dogs. I didn't get to go to the state fair, so I pull into this Sonic in Cleveland, Oklahoma. Remember it like it was yesterday. Thank you. It was right at lunchtime, and I ordered 3. They bring me out 3 corn dogs, and I asked for ketchup, lots of ketchup and mustard, especially mustard. I got to have a lot of mustard. And I bite into one, and it's like lukewarm. So I pressed the little red button, because every Sonic's got a little red button. And they got back on and asked me what, welcome to Sonic, can I take your order? And I was like, well, I just got my order, and it's corn dogs, but they're lukewarm. Could you get me some hot ones? I said, well, sir, we actually pre-make those on days like we can have them to go out. And I was like, well, mine are a little bit too cool. Can you make me some more? Or I'll let you take these if you'll just throw them back in the fryer for a couple of minutes. That'd be cool. And, well, sir, I'm sorry. It's lunchtime and we're extremely busy. So I was like, okay. All right. Well, thank you for your time. So I took all 3 of them corn dogs, just put mustard, ketchup all over them, some bitches. Took them out of the package, walked up to the window where this little girl named Kylie or whatever her name was. I don't give a fuck. Just bringing back memories now. And so I took my hand and I slammed it up against the glass and just raked it downwards. Pieces of corn dog falling all over the place. Ketchup and mustard all over the glass.
Did you happen to catch like anybody's eye? Did you see anybody's reaction?
I looked her dead in the eye while I was doing this. Like I did not break eye contact once. Nothing. Dead in the eye. And when I got done, I took the other hand and flipped the bird up against the glass and walked off.
I wish I was a relative of hers, because she lives with like, I don't know, cousins and brothers, and there's a shit ton of them living in their little homestead. I wish I'd been home that day when she came home from work and told her version of the story from her perspective.
You're not going to believe this. This huge fat guy tried to attack me through the glass. He was bleeding all over the glass.
When I'm listening to you tell his story, all I can picture, what was the movie? I think it was Billy Madison, where they threw the food up on the glass and they're racing the food down the glass. Am I right on that?
I remember that. That does ring a bell.
Just for some reason, that's all I see. Go.
Yeah. But see, he does. What you don't get, Johnny, is when you're running around with Tiddy, this kind of shit is apt to happen at any given moment when you're out. Like, you never really know what's going to set him off. But when something does, because he's usually the most passive guy around for the most part. Every once in a while, there's that one little thing that sets him off, and you get one hell of a show like this.
That is awesome. That was awesome. I laughed entirely too hard at that.
Well, you guys liken it to that. I'm kind of thinking, what's his name from the movie Falling Down?
I'm not following you.
I'm not. Well, I'm gonna disappoint you on that one.
Yeah,
'cause I haven't seen it.
Michael Douglas falling down. He
Was that movie where he was that businessman?
Yeah, he's